When you hear it, you swear you heard lightning. But after a few seconds, you know what just happened. Someone got slapped. And chances are, they deserved it. Sometimes someone didn't deserve it, and that just makes it funny. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, which sometimes comes in the form of a slap. But not all slaps are brought on by the wrath of God. In my life, I've seen all kinds of slaps in all kinds of sizes. There are good-natured slaps, slaps on the shoulder, slaps on the cheek, the other cheeks, slapping for warmth, or slapping to charge up and get ready. There's funny slaps, which is why there's slapstick comedy. To stop hysteria, there's the back to reality slap. Slaps can be used as a form of interrogation. They can be used to help old men release a laugh. As a form of self-defense, there is the slap fight, which sometimes brings about the backhand slap or the notorious bitch slap. Now, the bitch slap can put an end to a fight or start an all-out war. Therefore, the bitch slap should only be used as a slap of last resort. But what happens when you decide to make a sport out of slapping? I mean, on the surface, it doesn't sound dangerous, but then again, yeah. I fell into the Slap Olympics rabbit hole, and what a wild ride that was. Huge men slapping the taste out of their mouths and lowering their IQs by the double digits. What was hard to see was women slapping each other. Normally, the type of girls that get involved in slap attacks are girls whose faces look like they've been slapped, punched, or stepped on quite a few times. So it's a tragedy for me to see cute girls get in on the slapping. I mean, a real man doesn't need to see pretty girls getting slapped. Then again, a real man wouldn't mind seeing an unattractive girl get slapped in a slap contest, which brings me to this. There's a sport out there, and somehow the devil himself convinced some pretty girls to get the taste slapped right out of them. There's also a bare-knuckle fighting league for women, but that's a story for another time. For novelty's sake, I watched a few slap battles, but after a while, there was no joy in it. So I went back to watching the men's league. Now, guys can watch other guys do some terrible things to themselves and laugh because, well, we're guys. I'm not the only guy who does this. Anyway, Dana White of UFC fame owns Power Slap, and he's slapping those bills all the way to the bank. So these professional slappers are slapping the crap out of each other, and it's fun to watch. Little guys slap bigger guys destroy little guys, and equally big guys get concussed, slapping the hell out of each other. From what I gather, there are rules like you can't tuck your chin, your hands have to stay open, duh. You can't hit the neck, eyes, or temples, and you must have premium medical insurance. Not really with the insurance thing, but it would be a smart thing to have. Some of these guys are pretty good as self-promoters, which is great in bringing in excitement to the sport. Kind of reminds me of another self-promoter from another sport. This brings us to the meme that made its rounds across the Twitterverse, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Rumble, did I miss any, or other less well-known social media. The clip was from a Romanian Power Slap League, not Dana White's Power Slap. At first I thought it was a Photoshop picture. Then I thought the guy suffered a stroke. Then I thought he was a blobfish, but he was a man who got the humanity slapped out of his face. The competitor's name was Soren Kamza, and he was slapped like a stepchild, and then his disfigured face went worldwide. I mean, he was left with a face his mother could no longer love. It was a 10-round, 30-minute beating to the cheeks that would make any masochist ecstatic. He was left with nerve damage to his face, and it's unknown if it's permanent as of this video. At the very least, he was crowned the Romanian champion, and he got to celebrate his winnings of roughly £4,000. Assuming he had insurance. Otherwise, that cash would be going to a hospital of his choice, since winners can be choosers. Personally, slapping leagues are fun to watch, once in a rare while. I do have to wonder what type of financial trouble you have to be to want to participate, or how dumb you have to be to allow some guy to slap the crap out of you for only 4,000 pounds, which is almost 5,000 in US dollars. I also have to think there's something mentally wrong with anybody who would allow themselves to be slapped. Let me explain. It's a thing between men, written in our hearts with God's own finger, which states, "Thou shalt not slap another man. Thou can beat, bite, or tear at the flesh, but slapping is forbidden on earth as it is in heaven." And that's my uncultured perspective. If you like my content, leave a comment, a like, and subscribe. Ciao for now.